Hey, what's up, Kalen here. I just had a house is a little messy here. Had a thought that I wanted to share as I walk out here into the backyard. I've always wanted to do one of these walking forward videos because they're so attention grabbing. But anyways, I just was chatting with some buddies and I had a thought around some things that I've been thinking about recently, which is that there's this dude I've been trying to get out to, because he's a beast with AWS and Magento and stuff, and I've been like, man, it'd be so cool to get him out to like a meetup, like a Meet Magento event or something. And I was like, this can't be too hard. So I put some feelers out. I was like, hey, let's fly him out. Let's get him to do a talk. And I was surprised that it was kind of hard to get anybody to bite. And so some people were talking about that today, about this same dude, and like some really smart people I know were like, oh, I'd totally go to an event if he was speaking there. And I'm like, man, why is it so hard to get this dude out? And so he works for a merchant, not an agency. And so what this dovetails with is this other topic, by the way. Check the watch, new watch, pretty dope, right? It dovetails with this other topic, which is why merchants are not that involved with the Magento community, with meetups and things like that, right? And I think it ties into this, which is like people send their people from agencies to speak at events because it's marketing, right? And for merchants, it's really not marketing. Like, if somebody's going to come from a merchant to speak, it does their business no good unless they're looking to hire. And a lot of times the reason why they'll go out and why they'll go speak at an event is because they're trying to recruit. They're trying to actively recruit people, right? So in that sense, it makes sense for them sort of financially to invest in it, right? But outside of that scenario, like, it doesn't make sense for somebody to send somebody from their team, across the world to speak at an event to talk about their, how they do things and potential trade secrets. Like, it makes no sense at all. So I almost feel like you have to somehow flip the incentives, like whether that's, like if we can raise money for things like for example, if we can raise money to send people to events, which I've seen done, I think is awesome. We should try to raise money to send merchants specifically to events, because number one, we got to get merchants more involved in the community. They're not that involved, and there's a disconnection there. Number two, the content is super valuable because it's not, sort of by its nature, it's not marketing, right? It's not like, hey, we can do the cloud and this stuff and pay us to do your thing for you. It's just like, we're a merchant, this is what we're doing, it's working really well. And by the way, it's going to be hard to get merchants to want to talk about that. And even if they were paid to come out and talk, it would still not necessarily be a no-brainer for them, because they're giving away their trade secrets, or that's how they see it. Of course, now there's tons of benefits to them sharing that information, and we should try to make that known to them and stuff like that. But a lot of merchants, that's how they see it. There's less of like this open source sharing culture with merchants than there are with agencies. Just because of the nature of the business. So anyway, that was just something that occurred to me, because there's been conversations around, hey, why aren't merchants more involved in the community? There's no merchants involved in the Magento Association, at least from what I saw in the last doc that I read that showed the participants. I could be wrong on that, but it seemed that way. Merchants don't tend to get really that involved with meetups and things like that. Even at Imagine, there's merchants there, but they're generally just there because they're making a purchasing decision and they're getting pitched really heavily and things like that. I've always heard that events like Shop Talk and stuff are more content, it's more tailored for merchants. So anyway, if there's something we could do here to bring that content out of the merchant world, I think there'd be a ton of value for everybody. So anyway, so that's kind of a broad thought. And then specifically, like, I know a guy that's like amazing with AWS and Magento, and he'd love to come out, whether it's Meet Magento New York, Austin, whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure we could get him to come out for that. So if that's something you're interested in, or even outside of the U.S., maybe, I don't know, let me know, and maybe I could hook that up. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And let me know what you think in the question and the comment section. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.